One event in on the PGA Tour, we need to be having a conversation about Bryson DeChambeau.
And you're right, you had to go between them, around them. None of us swung like that.
192 mile an hour ball speed. That is absolutely absurd. That's Cameron Champ sort of ish.
If you've been watching the golf this week, it's impossible to sort of ignore what Bryson's doing. The guy's put on some beef, and my word has he put on some length. I think that's a combination of a couple of things. Obviously putting weight on, he'll be doing some physical training with weights, etc. But even potentially there might be a few technique changes in there. One thing is for certain, he certainly looks like he's trying to hit the ball a lot further as well. And that could be one of the things that we can all do. If we try and hit the ball a little bit further, inevitably we probably will hit it a little bit further. It's trying to offset the advantages of that against the disadvantages. But in this video I wanted to try and recreate, I'm not going to be able to recreate it, I'm going to try and hit a similar drive to Bryson on the hole that was kind of plastered all over social media, where he carried it 330 in the air. Ball speed is kind of 190 miles an hour plus. That is just incredible. So I'm going to put myself onto that same hole, same tee box, and I'm just going to see how I compare to what Bryson did. Now I'm not massively long, but I'm kind of averaging about 290 total, there or thereabouts, so it's pretty long. It'll be interesting to see just how far behind Bryson I am on that particular hole. Right, so I'm going to give myself 4 attempts at this Bryson drive to see what I can actually get out of myself on this particular hole. And just looking at it at the start, I mean, carrying those bunkers is absolutely insane. But let's give it a whiz. Let's see what numbers we can get out of it. Struck it quite well. Down the right side of the fairway. Pretty happy with that. Kind of 280 carry, sort of 301 total. So I'm really happy with that. That's probably 10, 11 yards past my average. I tried to hit that one pretty hard, mind you. Right, second attempt. Let's see if we can get a little bit more shape on this one. Let's see if we can get it up to the bunkers and maybe even past it. I just can't see how I could possibly carry them like Bryson did, but let's see if we can get past them. Oh, in them, I think. Just about into the bunker. Numbers wise, kind of 297 total, 273 carry. So I'm nearly 60 yards behind him. In fact, yeah, 60 yards behind him carry wise. That's just insane. Okay, let's have another go. I was quite happy with that. Didn't strike it great, but the shape was right. Let's see if we can get a slightly better strike on this one. Pump the speed up a touch if we can, and see if we can get the same shape on it. Shaping, but maybe not quite enough. That's a carry on that. 280 carry, I'm really happy with that. 299 total. 108 miles an hour club speed. I'm pretty happy with that. Last attempt, because I don't want to put my back out. I'm going to give this absolutely everything I've got. Hopefully I'll retain strike. That tends to be one of the things that disappears with me. If I go too hard at it, strike starts to suffer a little bit. But come on, 100%. Let's get a little bit of a draw going. That's everything I've got. I'm just getting to the bunkers that Bryson airmailed. 304 total on that one from sort of 113 miles an hour club speed. That's really pushing myself. Didn't quite come right out the center of the club, but it wasn't bad. So that video goes some way to allowing you to understand just how far these boys are actually hitting the golf ball. Like I said at the start, I'm not particularly short. I'm quite long off the tee, maybe even just slightly above tour average, but this guy Bryson now is absolutely pounding it, and he was obviously competing pretty well prior to putting this distance on, so now adding this distance, that's another sort of tool in his belt. And I think if he keeps hitting it this far and maybe even increases it a little bit with some more training and some more weight gain, this guy could maybe dominate the tour, you know? And I think it'd be interesting to see what happens with everybody else. I mean, when Tiger first came around, he was so much further than people, so much further past people off the tee, it really kind of gave everybody else a kick up the backside, and they started to go to the gym, they started to watch what they were eating, and they were trying to hit the ball that little bit further. And it actually changed what manufacturers were doing as well. The manufacturers were actually then really sort of homing in on trying to get as much yardage out of the clubs as they possibly could to keep up with Woods. So let's keep an eye on him. Let's see if he starts going up the world rankings over the next sort of year, 18 months. Let's see if he throws in a couple of majors. I wouldn't put it past him. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so as yet, and I'll see you all again soon.